Another new product category for us to try today. So this is another product from Armour Detail Supply. This is their ceramic spray sealant. So it's the SiO2 infused product. I think there's some polymers in here as well. Advertised to give you about 6 months protection. Guess that's probably an ideal circumstance. So I'd imagine this is going to give anywhere between, I don't know, 3 to 6 months if you actually daily drive, maybe park your car outside. The whole idea of this product in our setup and our process will be, let's say you purchase a car, you're not quite ready to go ahead and do your paint correction or apply a ceramic coating to it. You just want something to hold you over to make the washing process easy, give you a little bit of protection. I think a product like this is something that would be handy to have. So the car behind us here has been fully deconned. This car is about 2 years old, 60,000 kilometers on it. Has not had a paint correction, has not had a ceramic coating, because it's been one of those cars and I'm like, I'll get around to it soon, I'll get around to it soon. And let me tell you, this car is a absolute pain to wash, because the only protection that ever gets added to this is whatever spray sealant we're using at the time in terms of a drying aid. So like a bead maker, an amplify. We've tried a few other different products on this car, but it's been stripped back bare this morning, it's been washed, deconned, it's been clayed, tar removed for the most part. We haven't done an iron removal, but the whole idea there was to strip the surface as bare as possible so we got good adhesion and the spray sealant has an opportunity to bond to the car. So
well, the other thing is that you don't want this product to last too long, because when it does come time to polish, you want to be able to remove that.
Absolutely, like we want to know that that we're going to be able to remove it easily without needing to polish. Yeah.
Whereas if you were trying to remove a ceramic coating, best of luck trying to get rid of that.
Oh, exactly. There's actually a new product out that we have only seen for the first time this week that should aid in stripping products like this, and even advertised to strip ceramic coatings as well. So this might be a good test pilot to give that a go in a couple of months, but I don't think this is going to get polished anytime soon. I think that car over there, I mean that one needs doing too, but that car over there would be next in line to pull into the garage and just chip away at on the paint correction. It's looking a little bit messy. I mean that one needs a decon and a paint correction at some point too, doesn't it? So
just everything needs a paint correction.
Apart from the Range Rover. So what we'll do, we'll kind of get our towels ready and then walk you through the application process on the Tesla here. Looking sharp there in the new Omni Garage hoodie too.
Yeah, what do you reckon?
They're comfy.
Do you like it?
Super comfy. Do you know what? It's taken me a bit of getting used to have the logo
on this side.
Like I look down and it should be there.
Do you like being ugly?
I mean, that's how you know you love yourself, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, loving the uglies.
I think it's nice. It's a nice quality hoodie. And we've got a few of them now.
Because, you know, Fat Boy got a little skinnier. Probably don't look it, but Fat Boy wear for big jersey.
You got a bit of room in there.
Yeah,
a bit of room to move.
You reckon we could both fit in here?
Yeah, maybe. It looks good though.
Hey, have you worn yours in yet?
I have. I wore it this morning. But
what colour you chosen?
I was wearing the same colour today.
Oh, green?
Yep. I was wearing the green.
This is the only one I've worn so far.
Well, exactly. So I thought if I'm getting one dirty, let me get the one dirty that I'm already wearing.
Yeah,
but
fair enough.
I had to take it off because I got a bit hot doing the decon.
It is quite hot out here.
It's humid.
Humid.
Yeah,
humid.
So
nice. Humid, you know, everyone's going to rip us going, oh, it's humid. So this product won't work very well because it's humid.
Yeah, we'll probably get told we're spraying too much or spraying too little.
We don't have mini splits with a nice controlled area at like whatever degree with the right humidity. This is outside Omni Garage style. We are in the sun a little bit, so we need to just make sure that we look after our panel at a time, and you're going to apply this spray sealant kind of a bit like a coating, right? So you're going to spray it onto your towel, work a section at a time, and then buff it off with your second towel. Yeah, different to how you use a drying aid. You'd spray that directly on the paint. This is better to work onto the towel and then remove it with your second wipe. Does it say how many sprays? Because you know.
It doesn't. It just says spray onto a towel. It says shake well, so give it a shake. Yep, get all those chemicals mixed.
Utilize a clean, shake well, spray, one section at a time, clean towel to remove any excess. Can be applied both wet and dry surfaces, so if you were to have your car wet, spray it on, you'd be diluting the product a little bit so the surface is dry. Multiple layers can be applied.
Yeah, 1 hour between.
1 hour between, so it's kind of like if we would apply first layer of CSL, second layer with EXO, right?
Yep. We're going to try this with just the one coat though, and we want to see what the water behaviour is like when we wash the car, when we dry the car, when we're driving in the rain. And I think we probably want to be quite generous with the amount of product that we add on there. Oh, I got a whiff of the smell.
Yeah, I haven't had a good smell of it yet.
It's like all of the ADS products, they all smell quite nice. I mean, I think you probably want to put more product on than that, because otherwise there's no need to come along with your second towel, is there, based on how much you've got on the surface there. I can see some streaking there, so it's a good smell. ADS have done a great job on the scents of their products.
Do you want more on there?
Maybe a little bit more at the top by the door handle, please, sir.
So you can kind of see it does sort of look like beading over the top.
Similar to a coating in the sense that actually it's probably more like a drying aid in the streaking that you get. You're not getting beading. So, and then I think it's pretty much just come immediately behind with our second towel.
And wipe off?
And wipe off. Does it feel slick?
It's slick, but it's no coating slick.
Yeah.
It's not as slick as Amplify, I wouldn't think, which is the drying aid that we like to use.
But what you would do is you would apply this product instead of your coating to hold you over, and then you would still top it with a drying aid. Correct. So you'd still use Amplify or Bead Maker or any other product in that category over the top of it. I'm just really hoping that, not hoping for protection out of this, because this car might look all right on camera. It is in dire need of a paint correction. We've got water spotting, we've got scratching, we've got marring. I'm just hoping that this makes the washing process easier for me. Nothing worse than drying a car that's bare.
So that application process is really easy. Like, there's no streaking here. We did see when I applied it, you did get the sort of, you could see that sort of, what is it, halo effect sort of thing?
A little bit, yeah. And I mean,
and that buffed out really easily with the second wipe.
Is it meant to add any gloss? Surely a little bit with the SiO2 properties.
Possibly. Polymers. I mean, you get a lot of your gloss from the polishing stages, right?
You do.
Yeah, I mean, pretty easy.
Can you figure out that scent? Hey.
No, I'm getting it. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, don't be rude.
Don't be rude.
Viewers first.
Viewers first. What do you reckon?
I don't know.
Good. Smells like...
I'm kind of getting sour apple.
Smells good.
Yeah. Like a sour... It's got almost a sour tinge to it.
Yeah, but it's almost flowery.
Flowery.
The colour is like...
It's quite hazy.
Greeny looking.
Yeah, so maybe my sour apple is...
sour apple?
On the point?
You committed to the sour apple.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Just the first thing that came to me. I'm terrible at scents. I just always say it's
this
like
isn't
lollies.
Something quite like... Usually I'm like, yeah, bang, it's that.
Okay. ADS don't tell us on their website what
no
the scent is
one
either.
tells you what the scents are.
No.
Like even when the people who develop the product come out and talk about their product, they go, oh yeah, it's a nice refreshing scent. Well, tell me what the scent is.
The only
Just a
people that
refreshing
tell
scent.
you in the auto industry what the scent is for car scents.
Yeah.
And even then they don't do a great job at explaining it.
Everybody, this is a refreshing scent.
So I mean, just based on the time that it took you to do that first door, this is so much quicker than coating a car.
Well, you don't
Obviously.
have to really micromanage your areas either.
Well, no, you're working in big sections, one panel at a time. Been quite generous with that product. Be interesting to see how much of that bottle that we use up. I would say that we would probably use, what's that, a 500 milliliter bottle. I reckon
it'll be 473.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, 473.
We won't use half the bottle, I don't think. I can see there that it definitely leaves some streaking and some haziness on the surface until you come along with that second towel.
Yeah, you can see it, right?
I think
more of like a... Yeah, I guess it's more like a streak, right?
It is a streak. And if you're not getting that, you're probably not applying enough product. Because your idea is when that second towel comes along, the second towel is to remove it. So your first one is to spread it, your second is to remove any remains of it. Like, what are you getting in terms of the slickness feeling? You're saying it's not like a coating, but it shouldn't be, but...
Yeah, you can tell that there's something on the surface, like the towel is not grabby.
Slicker on that second wipe?
Yeah, I guess there'll be a curing time of this as well, where it might get a little bit slicker, but it's
probably over like a 3-4 hour period. Although it does say we can apply our second coat within an hour, so it
kind of
fully
has
bonded within an hour.
Yeah, it's definitely not slick like any coating we've used. It's almost about as slick as like an ethos coating.
Okay, like the graphene.
The graphene coating.
Yeah.
or a bit like gliss on the wheels. You know how it's not necessarily tacky, but it's just not as, you're not doing that whole trick where you put the microfiber on and watch it skid across.
I mean, the coating that we favour is G-Technic Crystal Serum Light or Crystal Serum Ultra, and I mean the slickness factor in those products is second to none. So, I mean, if you're comparing this to Ethos Graphene, it's not saying much for Ethos Graphene, I feel.
Yeah, I mean, Amplifier's way slicker than this. But yeah, application's super easy. So yeah, I hope you do get some decent durability out of this, and I hope that it makes the car easier for you to clean in that period of time where you're like, I'm not ready to go full commit on the ceramic coating, and I'm not really prepared to do the whole, polish and all that kind of stuff and get yourself set up for that. But this is just enough to hopefully sort of tie you over, kind of like the G-Technic C2V3 product.
Can you do me something on this car? On this section here, can you just pick, like, I don't know, a little square there? Can you not second wipe it? Can you just see what happens if you just, spray it on the surface? Yeah, that's enough. And then, like, wipe it in, but don't fully buff off. I just want to see what happens. Let's come back to that. Let me have a go at doing the hood. I just want to come back to that and see, does that leave a big smudgy section that we can't remove? Just want to think about the application process, how micromanaging you need to get. Like, if you do find a section that you don't remove it completely, can you come along and fix your mistake, or do you need to get something like panel wipe out?
Oh yeah, so you're seeing if maybe we can spray it on, reactivate the product and see if it can be removed?
Potentially, but I also want to see if someone was working this car and missed a spot, what's going to happen?
So you're trying to see if it's suitable for dummies?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Yep. Let me have a go at the hood. I'll do half the hood here. How many sprays were you doing?
I don't know, I was just loading the towel up. You probably want to be a little bit careful about overspray, like, because it's windy out here.
It drifts with the wind, doesn't it? I mean, gloss factor, I'm not expecting much.
We'll do half the hood and we'll be able to see, but one side's in the sun, one side's not, so that doesn't help.
But this isn't it.
But you can definitely see where you've applied it. That streakiness is there, which is nice. Super easy to work with though.
Oh yeah. Okay, I see what you mean about the slickness. Like, it's not on level with.
So it'll be interesting to see what that water behaviour is like, given that it's not obviously that slick.
Now, a little bit deceiving on this hood because there is some water spotting.
But to be honest with you, through the lens of the camera here, it hasn't really altered the gloss of the paint at all. It looks all very similar. So you're not going to, I don't know, there you go. So he applied it to the...
Same to the naked eye.
Yeah, exactly the same.
I don't think doesn't really look any different. It's a bit off-putting, all of these watermarks and the streaking. I mean, slickness is there, but it's, I mean, that is grabby. It's not like, wow, night and day difference. It's just, yeah, there's an improvement to your overall slickness. And I think what you'll find is the towels that you're using for this will need to go in the bin or be turned into rags, because it's like any coating. I mean, you probably could get away with washing them pretty quickly, but I think just better to use a couple of towels that you don't really care about. They should ideally be new towels. You don't want to be going and buffing your paint like this with a towel that potentially has contamination in it. Super easy process. So what we'll do, we'll just continue working our way around the car, and then we'll come back to the camera to show you how much of the bottle we used working around, I guess, this small to mid-size crossover SUV. I reckon half the bottle, there or thereabouts. You can spray this on glass as well, so it's safe on glass, paint, plastics. We're not doing the glass because we're kind of in the middle of a test of all sorts of different glass coatings. It's just started to rain now too, so we might pull inside, finish the car up, come back to you and show you how much of the bottle we used. So we've been around the whole car and we've applied one layer or one coating to the car. We haven't done a second layer, and we've used roughly half the bottle Yeah, I think we got a little bit more than half left, and we actually got around all 4 of the Tesla wheel covers as well using that.
So I think if you use this sparingly, we did probably use too much product. You could probably go third. So I reckon you get about 3 cars or 3 applications of this product if you were to sort of micromanage the amount of product you're using. So in the next clip, which will be very soon for you, but it's going to be in a couple of weeks' time for us, is we're going to do the first wash of this car. We're going to see how easy it is to clean, and more importantly, see how easy it is for us to dry.
We're going to wash this car following our normal process. We won't film that. If you want to see how we go and wash a vehicle, plenty of videos up on the channel, but we're going to come back to you when we get to the drying stage, because that's going to be the most important part of why you would want to apply this to your vehicle, to make that part of the process all that much easier. So this is the part of the test that I'm most interested in, is how much easier is it going to be to dry this car through that wash process. Yeah, look, it may add a little bit of slickness, but it really doesn't make a huge difference. It's going to be, can we remove the majority of the water from this car with the leaf blower, or do we need to introduce drying towels like we typically would with an uncoated vehicle? Let's give it a go. So I mean, I think looking at that, it's definitely not on the same level as what you get from a coating, but look, even the bottom parts of these panels, we felt like that coating had failed a little bit, performed reasonably well. I think that the characteristics that we just saw through the drying process there are pretty similar to if we had put a product like Amplify or Beadmaker on this and washed it after a week. Again, we really neglected this. It was left for 3 weeks in between, but I mean, that drying behaviour, I'm pretty impressed with that. So Armour Detail Supply ceramic spray sealant has definitely made the process of drying the car a lot easier. I think where this product could potentially become quite useful in our process and potentially in yours, if you're not quite ready to put a ceramic coating on your vehicle and you need to tide yourself over for a little while, I think this is a better alternative than something like ADS Amplify or P&S Beadmaker. It's going to give you a little bit longer in terms of longevity. Now, something to consider there as well is we try and tell all of our clients that come in for ceramic coating is not a product that you can put on and then neglect your vehicle. You are going to need to continue to wash regularly. It makes that process easier, but it doesn't mean that if the rain hits the car, it's going to clean it for you. So to get the longevity, 6 months is what ADS are claiming on this product, you're going to need to maintain your vehicle. Now, leaving it for the 3 weeks here, probably a little bit too long. I'd probably be wanting to wash this probably at most every fortnight, but I think it's done a really good job at adding some protection to the surface, given we're not ready to ceramic coat this vehicle just yet. So there are our thoughts around Armour Detail Supply ceramic spray sealant. I think it is one of those products that it's probably quite handy to have a small 500 milliliter bottle around. That will get you a couple of vehicles worth of protection. And again, I don't think this is a replacement for ceramic coating. You definitely want to put that at the top of your priority list, but if this is a matter of you're not ready just yet, I think this could be a good product for you. So big thanks to ADS for sending us this product to test out. Heaps more on the range still to come, including some of their newer products, which we're really excited to test out. The one in particular for me is ADS Ghost. I'm looking forward to seeing what a ceramic sealant or a tyre sealant looks like from their lineup. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.